What up, guys? Welcome back to the SSL. We've had some pretty sick games so far. My name's Tasteless. With me is GTR. What's going on, dude?
Really enjoyed that last series before between Alive and Beyond. Beyond just pretty much being the better player in that series. Like, it was a very convincing win there.
Look, Alive's like really good, and I guess he gets the bronze medal for Terrans right now. But I thought that was going to be closer.
Yeah, same. We predicted 3-2 either way for both players.
Yeah. At the minimum 3-1, right? But as well as Alive played, I mean, Beyond was just on top of everything. He was like perfect. And now, going into today's match, it's going to be Patience versus Classic. Now, this is the one I thought was going to be a 3-0. I hope this is a closer match than our previous one. Yeah, for sure. I mean, Patience is kind of the dark horse in this matchup. As we see here, how he got here, he lost to Hero, but he beat Stats, actually, in the losers bracket, if I read that graphic correctly. And we have Classic, who in Heart of the Swarm was one of the best Protoss players right now. He did get knocked out into the losers bracket by Dark, and there's no shame losing to a player like Dark. I was going to say,
I think he's top 3 in career right now.
I would agree. I think he might be, he's just really scary. So let's see what exactly happens here in this series specifically. Patience is solid, but Classic has got this resume of tournament wins that's off the hook. He's regarded as easily one of the best Protoss players that's out there. I think Classic should take this 3-0, at the most 3-1.
We also have to remember Patient does play a lot of online tournaments as well, not being on a Pro League and a Casper team. And we're going to interview right now.
Let's see what their thoughts are.
지난 라운드에 이어서 또 SKT 선수예요. 조지현에게 SKT요?
SK는 제가 항상 잘 이겨와서 SK는 가벼운 상대인 것 같아요.
저그전에 비해 프로토스 동접전의 난이도는?
일단 제가 최근에 저그전을 좀 잘 하고 있는데 프로토스 대 프로토스전은 제가 자신이 없어서 좀 힘든 것 같아요.
그럼 지난 라운드에 비해서 자신감의 정도는 어떻게 되세요?
일단은 프로토스 대 프로토스전이라 자신은 좀 없지만 준비는 잘 해와서 열심히 해보겠습니다.
예상 스코어는?
일단 제가 첫 판을 이기게 된다면 3대1이나 3대2 정도로 이길 것 같고 첫 판을 지게 되면 제가 질 것 같아요.
그 이유가 어떻게 되나요?
일단 첫 판이 항상 저에게 중요한 그 경기인 것 같아서 네.
김도우 선수에게 한마디 해주세요.
준비 열심히 해왔으니까 재밌는 경기 하고 싶네요. 네.
감사합니다.
안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
프로토스전 연습 때 승률이 어떻게 돼요?
아직 방송에서 보여준 적은 없지만 연습 때는 그래도 이제 반 이상은 승률이 나오거든요. 그래서 오늘 되게 재밌을 것 같아요.
어떤 선수랑 연습을 했어요?
요새 좀 잘하고 있는 명식이랑 많이 했고, 명식이가 많이 도와줬어요.
어떤 조언을 해주던가요?
그냥 제가 준비를 했는데, 이제 반짝이 준비를 했는데 이길 것 같다면서 조언을 많이 해줬어요.
상대가 패자조 2라운드에서 어윤수 선수를 꺾은 조지현 선수인데 오늘 어떤 각오로 오셨어요?
네, 그때 윤수랑 같이 연습하면서 이제 같이 올라가자고 했는데 윤수를 떨어뜨려가지고 제가 복수를 대신에 하도록 하겠습니다.
조지현 선수에게 한마디 해주세요.
네, 솔직히 여기까지 올라오신 것도 되게 잘하신 것 같아요. 이쯤에서 좀 만족하시고 다음 리그 준비하시길 바랄게요.
We are moments away from starting our game. It is a best of 5. The loser of this best of 5 is knocked out of the SSL.
Yeah, Classic bringing up a really good point there that because Patience hasn't really got that much broad experience in broadcasting games, he does feel that he hasn't. That is some sick jackets, by the way. From
Yeah, that's
SSL.
a really cool jacket.
Yeah, it's really cool, actually.
I want one of those.
Yeah, coming into the spring season here in Korea. But yeah, at my point before, he believes that because he's got so much more broadcast experience, he's going to be able to take out Patience.
I agree.
Yeah.
I know that, people talk about like, oh, he's won this online cup or he's this ranked in the ladder. You know how different it is to play in front of an audience?
It is a completely different ball game.
Yeah, and I mean, you're not in the comfort of your own home. You got to, travel down here, get in the mindset. You have these interviews ahead of time. It's crazy.
As we see here, our first map will be Dust Towers, same as the first map in the previous series. We are loading right into the game right now, and let's get started. All
right, let's do this. Game number 1, Patience versus Classic in this best of 5 as we slowly knock player out one by one till the finals of the SSL. Okay, in the bottom left, in the red, we have our first Protoss player. His ID is Patience. And in the upper right, in the blue, a legend here from Heart of the Swarm, Classic.
A lot of fans here out in the studio for Classic. A big fan favorite. I don't know. Is this bowling?
Yeah, the Stalkers are the pins, and the Disruptor is the bowling ball.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cute there right now. It's another cute move here from Classic, putting that pylon there at the back expansion. Right. It's going to delay.
Already Classic's in better shape here.
Yeah.
He blocked out the probe, so there's ambiguity about how fast he's going to expand. He's going double gate with a cybernetic score for possible pressure. I already like the way this game started out here for Classic.
And you saw there in the early games that Patience sent out an early probe to try and scout out what Classic was doing, but Classic was already privy to this, and as a result, he's able to wall off that that ramp. And we've seen this a lot from Protossers in Pro League, SOS especially, where they wall off that main ramp, they take the expansion out the back of the base, and it leaves a lot of ambiguity to what you want to do. You can either go for, you get those Adepts out initially, and then after that, you can either go for Phoenixes or you go for Blink Stalker.
Yeah, and I mean, not knowing that is quite a pain in the ass. Plus, you have the fact that being able to pressure this expansion in the front means there's more of a likelihood of probes to be killed here if Classic is putting the pressure here on Patience.
And as we expected here with that wall-off, Classic is going for that early Stargate tech. I'm really curious to see whether we'll see a Phoenix first or an Oracle first. Obviously,
I think he goes Oracle first here.
Yeah, I mean, he sees that Patience is going for a quicker expansion, which means that if he gets an Oracle first, it means he can get some damage done with that initial Oracle on the probes, and there won't be enough anti-air for Patience to deal with it.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got to keep in mind that the pressure of the Adepts in the front here keeps the Stalkers over there, and then you just make an Oracle behind this, and the Stalkers can never really catch up to the Adepts. The shading with the Adepts is just so good. Now, here's a problem, okay? If he does go for Oracle here, he's going to be locked out of his base. So that's something to keep in mind here. You're going to have Stalkers on one side and then not on the other side. So that's a problem in of itself. Let's see if he actually cancels that. Good job there taking out that probe, by the way. Oh, no, he cancels a pylon.
Yep. Okay, so we see those Adepts taking out that probe that was lurking around the ramp for Patience. As we see here, looks like Patience is also thinking of doing the same thing, getting that early Stargate walling off as well. But I'm not sure whether he'll be going for the Phoenixes, get the late Phoenixes, or the Oracle.
Let's see if he actually... Okay, here we go. Now, he actually canceled it. That's the second cancel on the pylon, by the way, over there. So what he wants to do is run from these Stalkers as much as he possibly can. And I think he has shaded inside the main. Hello! He comes right over here. Out of pylon range, by the way.
And these Adepts are just doing a lot of damage to these probes here. If Patience doesn't really do that much damage with his, actually he's getting a Phoenix, but he's lost 6 probes so far for 2 Adepts. And
by the way, man, Oracle coming in here.
Yeah, this Oracle's going to do a lot of damage here. He's going to get
oh my
more
god,
probes
this is
here.
like a massacre.
I mean, Patience is just, he's very flustered right now. He doesn't really know how to respond to this.
Well, we've lost 10 probes in that period of time. Can you check on the preview PC what the max, or how many probes were killed so far?
How do I do that?
I don't know hockey for that. Normally our host does that for me.
As well,
all right. No, sorry. Well, I can tell you right now it's over 10. I think we had 4 killed early on at the expansion, and then he phased inside to the main. Anyways, on into this game. We have Phoenixes popping out now, and it's already a bad play here as the Phoenix count's going to be superior here as Patience has lost that first Phoenix. Yes, he got the Oracle, but small loss. Second Stargate already Classic already geared towards winning in this game.
Yeah, Classic isn't quite in an assailable position right now.
Right.
He did a lot of damage to those initial Adepts, and he's got those Phoenixes out right now. And much like Terran versus Terran, where in general, whoever has more tanks usually wins the game. If both players go up for the Phoenix Wars in PvP, whoever has more Phoenix count generally wins.
Yeah, you are correct. And so he's going to try to dart in here. And he's got to be careful. Doesn't want to lose any extra Phoenixes. He could, with the third Phoenix popping out. Ooh, nice. Already baits out that.
Out. And I think what Classic wants to do here is that he's trying to maximize as much damage as he can before Patience adds another Stargate, because you have to remember Classic is working off 2 Stargates.
Right.
And he can easily replenish these Phoenixes.
Now, even though he's going for Dark Shrine, he might be able to send his Phoenixes in right now and already just win the air battle, especially if he gets some Mothership Core right away.
These Phoenixes are doing a lot of damage on that Mothership Core. The Mothership Core is quite low, but forces those pylon overcharges. But as long as Classic is making Patience waste energy on those pylon overcharges, because we've got to remember, those pylon overcharges aren't doing damage to those Phoenixes.
Right.
He's going to be really happy with what's happening so far.
And taking the third base now, when we were going to have a DT rush over here, we don't have any detection, do we? We don't.
No, I think there might be the Oracle, but regarding that, these Phoenixes just doing way too much damage right now.
Yeah, already coming over here, taking out some more Phoenixes. Robo Bay is starting. Dark Shrine is close to finishing. Now, this is the only way Patience can come back is with these DTs. It's the only way, guys.
And if I check the unit count right now on the previous PC,
we're going to have these Phoenixes gunned down right over here.
That's quite a one-sided battle right here.
He can actually then go into the main and start doing damage over here.
But as I said, like if we look at the unit count right now, Void Ray? We're going to see Void Rays? That's a really interesting move. But if Patience actually gets these DTs out, which he does, is he has to force cancel on those Void Rays and get an Oracle out for detection.
Yeah, he's got to get a force field up on this ramp. Let's see if he's paying attention over here. I got to say, Patience did go the only possible route towards coming back, and he's going to be coming up to the main. Oh!
And he doesn't get the force field out, and now this Dark Templar is in the mace of the Classic, but I don't think the best move is to attack that pylon. He has to go for pros right now because he's so behind economically that he forces the robotics to not build that observer anymore, but we've got to see how much damage these DTs do.
All right, he's going to have to rotate probes from and swap them as far as positions from mining here. And I think we might even have some more DTs being warped in over here. There's 3. I don't know where the third one is on the map. Oh, no, it's over there at that expansion. So no place for probes to be safe. 12, 13 kills already and going up so quickly.
Really nice move there from Patience. This is definitely what he needed to get back into this game. 16
Certainly.
probes here have been killed, and that's quite the amount that... Actually, no, look at the worker count. 52 probes here from Patience compared to the 33 of Classic. This Dark Templar play has done a lot of damage for him.
Yeah, big plays here. Needs to get a pickup here on this DT. The DT continuing to go around the map and actually going to get us several more kills on these probes right now.
Oh, this Dark Templar play from Patience is so good from him. He's doing a lot of damage here. And it looks like the roles have reversed here. The initial depth play from Classic taking out a lot of probes initially. And now because Classic, he has to defend from that Dark Templar, having to move that observer around a lot. And as I mentioned before, the worker count is in the favor of Patience now. And if he gets his third base up, gets probes over there, he's going to be able to get back into this game quite easily.
Let's see. The Phoenix count still is going to Classic here, so I think he can start to catch up pretty quickly.
Oh, if he picks off this Warp Prism, that's going to be a really nice win there for Classic. He might get this, yes, he get this Mothership Core out, but doesn't see that Warp Prism warp out. Actually,
no! This is huge! Gonna get that Warp Prism. A big blunder there for Patience.
Oh, unfortunate there for Patience.
And as the game goes on, he's going to mass up gates. There's going to be a big gateway explosion. He's going to try to pick a fight where he can pick up the majority of Patience's army and then win the fight on the ground. That's going to be the game plan here from Classic. Patience has to stay back, defend, get a proper tech, and ideally secure a 4th base.
Yeah, it looks like Patience is posturing to maybe take that 4th base there. He knows that the only units that are a threat right now are these Phoenixes, and he's got these Blink Stalkers out as well. And these Blink Stalkers will do quite a good job taking out these Phoenixes. Oh, nice flank there from Patience. And he forces Classic hand here, trying to pick up some Stalkers, reduce that Stalker count.
All right, so he's backing up again here. Supplies are getting quite even. We do have Patience with the Zealot leg upgrade. And big gateway wall. Once again, kind of an odd rally. I don't know why he's sending out a Warp Prism at all if the Phoenixes are not harassing him.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to lure out those Phoenixes to get away from his worker lines right now. But it looks like that War Prism's just happy to camp there on the right side of the map. Maybe he's just looking for an opportunity once Classic and Patience engage in some sort of battle, maybe warp in some DTs and do some further harassment.
Well, I don't know if these Phoenixes are going to do much more here. He's got to be careful because Templars are out, so feedback is a real thing. One Zealot over here cleaning up this pylon on the map. Supplies are becoming even, as is the worker count. Yeah,
it looks like Patience is quite comfortable right now with the situation in the game. He's going to take that 4th base, and it looks like Classic's just posturing here at his 3rd base. I really like that gateway wall there. It's going to be really hard for the army of Patience to move in for the kill if he decides to do so.
Well, that's what he had to do back there, right? He needs to play it safe. It looks like he's also getting ready for a storm drop. This is really unwise for Classic to go in there. I would actually back up.
I really love these High Templar as well because he can just feed back those Phoenixes, and
exactly.
Phoenix's HP and shields are so low that one feedback shot, if there's still energy on those Phoenixes, will kill him.
He's going to move out again. It is the 4th base being acquired right now. Now, oddly enough, the supply is actually slightly in the favor here for Classic. It really goes to show you what a macro beast he is. It also goes to show you that he has, in fact, a better army than his opponent. And in this case, a more sophisticated, complex army as well. Archon's Immortal Zealot, even with a Void Ray Oracle, and backed up by Phoenixes. And I think these Phoenixes might end up finding this War Prism down here right now, and that would be a big blow if that is spotted, and it is!
Spotted! These Phoenixes gunning down the War Prism. The War Prism's going to get one feedback. Does land, but that is a huge win there from Classic, because if that drop was unattended from Classic, he could have lost a lot of workers there in his mineral lines from those storm drops.
Okay, the Nexus is finishing up now for Patience. The Nexus still warping in for Classic. Again, though, Classic with a bigger and scarier army. He may want to try pushing out right now.
Those are a lot of Archons there from Classic, and it might be possible that Patience might just get run over here because you've got those high Templars.
I think so, yeah.
Storm isn't really going to do that much damage to those Immortals and Archons, and there is so much
was
meat.
He just picking up his own units?
I think he was trying to wait. He's trying to waste energy on those Phoenixes so that the feedback's not killing.
You're so smart, GTR. You're so handsome and smart. I love that. Very good point. And now he's going to come over here, and this is going to be a bit of a problem. He's coming up here now.
We'll see how much that... Okay, so he has to morph Archons here to deal with this push, but... Oh, nice Storms there, doing a lot of damage onto the units of Classic, but looks like Patience is just trying to get the perfect position here. Nice hallucination on that Colossus there from that Sentry because he doesn't need that force field anymore. Classic has to move back here.
Whoa,
Stasis
big plays!
Ward.
Really
nice
nicely done.
Oh, man, that Stasis Ward is saving Classic here in this battle. It means that he can't blink forward, try and snipe these units off. If Patience blinked forward, took out those Immortals, took out those Archons, Classic would be in the whole world of hurt here. But now, Classic has to move back in, trying to reposition his army at the 4th.
Yeah, he needs to bunch these up at this choke point here, so the Archon's going to optimize damage coming out here. In fact, he's going to continue to retreat even further back here, warping in a lot of Templars to morph into Archons.
And it looks like Patience is posturing to do a major attack here. Stasis wards are being placed, though, from Classic. If he gets a good Stasis ward out, it'll be really good for him. And it looks like he's going to bait the Stasis ward. Nice move there from Patience.
Patience starting to move in now. Classic might be in some hot water.
And we'll see how Patience approaches this battle. It's really neck and neck here in terms of supply. And now it looks like Classic
picking up the Immortals! The Zealot's streaming in from the side of the Archon's not doing as much damage as they need to do here for Patience. Just better angling right now. So much damage being dealt down here. We have Archons and Zealots coming in here to reinforce. A good number of Stalkers in the back right now for Patience, but so many Immortals here for Classic. There's no way these Stalkers can win the fight.
Yeah, it looks like I think Patience is going to try and take out these Archons, then try and blink back with this army, but clearly they're Classic picking that fight. GG!
GG! Classic wins game number 1. Really nicely done. A back and forth PvP, but overall so far Classic looking like the stronger Protoss player.
Really nice game there from both players, but especially from Classic. I really like that Void Ray there, just hitting onto those Archons of Patience. And Patience, he did get back into the game with that Dark Templar play, but it just wasn't enough. He allowed Classic to build his army, build that huge ball of death basically, and even though Patience did try to kill that 4th base, he wasn't successful, and as a result, Classic won that game.
Yeah, this is pretty big here. Patience definitely is showing he can hold his own against Classic, but Classic was really showing a better understanding of the nuances of PvP, especially in that late game. Picking up those Immortals like that was huge, and then as the Immortals drop, they land on the Archons. The Archons immediately obliterate the Immortals. And ultimately, he had a better unit composition to try to engage his opponent.
Yeah, so Classic showing why he was one of the best players in Heart of the Swarm, and now transitioning to Legacy to Void. But
and
now
he hasn't been stopped yet. I mean, he's still in this tournament. He's looking primed to win.
Yep. So it looks like we're going to get started into our next game. He's actually on Prion Terraces, so we might see some crazy things going on here. As we see